Hey guys, welcome to the French Girl's Guide to Food. I've made so many savory dishes. I think it's time for a little something sweet. So today we're making no-bake cheesecake cups, one of my most popular desserts for my catering business, and something super easy you can make right now. And not to mention, it's a little bit on the healthier side for you. So it's a guilt-free dessert and really easy to make. Okay, we're gonna get started on our no-bake cheesecake cups, but before I do that, I just wanna give a quick shout out and say thank you to Len Bay and Pinky Taz for your comments on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for those comments. I'll definitely incorporate some ideas and some recipes really soon, definitely for that fruitcake around the holidays, and I'll get some more info on wine coming up. In the meantime, we're gonna start with just a handful of ingredients for our no-bake cheesecake cups. Really very simple and easy to put together. So here's our ingredient list for our cheesecake cups. We'll start with 8 ounces of cream cheese. You can use a low-fat, low-cal version or something relatively inexpensive. The key here is to make sure it's at room temperature. You don't want cold cream cheese, you're gonna have lumps in your dessert. Our second ingredient, Greek yogurt, and definitely try to choose plain, non-fat. Next, we'll use a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. You can use a sugar substitute if you like, but keep in mind that the quantity is going to be different. Substitutes are much finer grain, they're a different consistency than granulated sugar. So you want to make sure whatever sugar you use enough to just sweeten your dessert slightly, not equivalent of a 1/4 of a cup. Next, we'll need 2 tablespoons of vanilla, and I absolutely love vanilla in desserts. I always double my quantity. So 2 tablespoons of vanilla, and for this recipe, I'm using lemon zest, but this is the part that you can be a little bit creative. If you want to use a little bit of cocoa powder, an extract, an orange instead of a lemon, by all means, use your creativity here. This is how you can start cooking, by using your creativity. Try a different flavor, and this recipe is so great you can do almost anything. Okay, with the rubber spatula, we're going to take our cream cheese and start mashing it up. And because I've let this out to room temperature, you can see how soft it is. It's pretty easy to mix this around. So we've mixed very, very lightly. We're not looking to do anything in particular, just spread our cream cheese a little bit, make sure it's nice and soft. We're going to put in our Greek yogurt. What you're looking for when you're mixing in your Greek yogurt is something to soften your cream cheese. We're not looking for any type of crazy extra flavors or anything like that. We're just looking for something that'll really just soften it up. I'm doing this for those of you at home that may not have a KitchenAid stand mixer, but if you have one, by all means, use it. It'll make this process so much easier and a lot faster too. But again, if you don't have one, doing it by hand is fine. You just need a little bit of patience just to get everything mixed together. Now we still have a few lumps of cream cheese, but as we mix in all of our ingredients, it will soften up. So what we'll do here is we'll add our sugar. Okay. And we will add our vanilla as well. Just love vanilla. Most of my recipes will definitely have a couple tablespoons. Right, and now we're softening up much more because of that liquid from that vanilla, so that really will help us eliminate a lot of those lumps. So I've skipped ahead a couple minutes here for you guys, but it's been about 5 minutes or so, and our consistency is just way better. It's creamy. I still have a couple little lumps, but nothing to worry. I mean, if you have that mixer, you won't have really any lumps at all. So you should be pretty safe here with your consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up a little bit, and we're going to include our last ingredient, and this is our lemon zest. Okay, so I'm going to just take my lemon, and because it's a small lemon, I'm going to use the whole thing. And I'm going to just take my zester here and just scrape the skin of this entire lemon. You can use lemon juice. You can use a dried variety. I don't find dried varieties to be very strong in flavor, so I would definitely recommend using a fresh lemon. It takes just a couple minutes, and the smell, oh my gosh, this lemon smells so good. I love it. All right, so we've got the majority of our lemon zested here. We'll tap off the excess. move this to one side. Okay, and then we'll just mix in our lemon zest as well. Make sure it's nice and incorporated completely. And then we'll get started plating our cheesecake cups. I have these white ramekins here that we're going to use for our dessert. Really very simple, doesn't matter what size. You can go to your local party store and get little disposable cups, minis if you're having guests over, or you can use anything that you have that's a good vessel for this dessert. And on the bottom, I'm going to place one of my favorite cookies. And these cookies are a classic British tea cookie. They're called McVitie's Digestives. And it has chocolate on one side and the rest of the cookie is just sweet and slightly flaky and buttery. It's a really great alternative to graham crackers if you can find them. Otherwise, by all means, use graham crackers, crumble them up if you'd like. Don't add any butter though. Most cheesecake recipes have butter mixed into the crust to make it really nice and hard so it sets in place. But we don't need to do that. So if you want to put regular graham crackers at the bottom, by all means. If you want for a twist, put the graham cracker on top. Maybe just stick a cookie right inside. But for these, I'm going to take my chocolate side up, place it right into my ramekin. Nothing fancy, no buttering my dish, nothing. We're going to put the cookie in there, and then I'm going to take my cream here, and I'm going to use a spoon, and I'm just going to spoon my cheesecake filling right into my ramekin. And it doesn't need to be full to the top. This is quite a pretty decent size ramekin. So I'm just going to fill it just like that, nothing fancy, no special decoration or design. If you want to crumble anything on top, a little piece of chocolate, you're welcome to do that too. But this is going to go in my refrigerator. I'm going to let it sit there for a few hours. If you want to cover it first, by all means, I would recommend you cover it just to make sure it doesn't absorb any of the smells or flavors of other things you have in your fridge. But this is it. When you're ready for dessert, for dinner tonight, your dessert's good to go. Let me know what you think of this recipe. If you've tried it, send me your photos, post comments. I want to hear all about your dessert experience with this no-bake cheesecake cup. See you next time. Thanks for watching. À votre santé.